Hey guys, wanted to do a video about foodborne illness in the Philippines, and the reason why I wanted to do this one is because the first year that I was here, I suffered a lot of stomach ailments. In fact, I was even hospitalized for a couple days because of foodborne illness. I mean, I was really sick, and it took me a while to get over it. I remember when I came here. I mean, the first thing I had was like diarrhea for months on end, and this is like a tough subject to talk about. It's kind of gross and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm gonna go into this a little bit and delve into this a little bit because I learned to solve it. Okay. What I did was I started taking these anti-diarrhea pills. I have them around here, and my girlfriend gets them for me, and they seem to work. And what I did was my first year I was on those constantly. I carried them in my bag. If I felt anything, my stomach moving even a little bit, I started taking them, But foodborne illness is pretty prevalent around here because, especially for expats, because we're not used to the bacteria and stuff around here, the bugs. And I mean, I remember going into Burger King and I got really, really sick from them. I think that was what sent me to the hospital, if I remember correctly. And it was. And I know it was that because I remember the lettuce tasted kind of funny, and it was really gross. The food was tended to be a little bit gross. But anyway, you have to be careful in here because cleanliness is a problem in some of the restaurants here. Washing their hands and stuff like that. You have to remember where these people come from. Some of the people that work in these restaurants come from very poor areas, and they're not the cleanest areas, and they're bringing those germs to work. And if they don't wash their hands, you're done. Literally, some of these things can really get you good. What I recommend here is for yourself. The things that you can do to prevent this is make sure you carry alcohol with you to put on your hands and stuff. So whatever illnesses you're carrying on your hands, when you go to eat a burger or something like that, you're not going to get it on your food. But I want to get into this discussion because it's not just food in restaurants and stuff like that. It's food that you buy also. I bought a rack of Coke one time, okay? And I never have any problems with Coke. I've never had any problems with Coke. I've had a couple bottles that taste a little funny or something like that. And, I'm like, why does this taste funny? And then I found one that I definitely knew what it was, and it was really gross. So they're not washing the bottles here good enough for sure in the Coke bottles, and I'm not sure how Pepsi or RC or any of those other ones are. I don't know how well they're washed, but it could have just been a bad day when they're washing the bottles there, or it could have been that the stuff was just so embedded in there it was really stuck in there and it didn't wash out properly. But I find that, and this is an observation. I notice that a lot of people, when they're going by and they see these racks along the road or something like that outside of a restaurant, they throw their cigarettes in there, or sometimes if people are drinking or something like that, they throw their cigarettes and their trash and their ashes inside these bottles. And those things are not going to wash out really good. They stay inside those bottles, and that's a problem with the CocaCola bottles and other bottles here probably. Because when I looked at the bottom of this bottle, there was a big mark on the bottom, and when I took the first sip off this bottle that was so disgusting, it tasted like cigarettes and nicotine and stuff like that, and it was on the bottom of the Coke bottle. Do I still drink Coke out of the bottle? Yes, I do. Okay. I think it was, those were just like one-time things. The stuff on the bottom of the bottle was only once, and I find that every so often I get like a bottle that tastes a little funny. That could be something stuck to the cap. It could be an old bottle of Coke. It could be anything, and I just throw it away because it's so cheap anyway. And I let me just get this. So I don't, for the price of what I pay for Coke in a bottle, I'll put up with that. But you have to be really careful. And when I drank that, I got really sick because I drank about half of it, and I says, it kind of tastes funny, like there's like a nicotine taste to it, and I drank about half of it, and it took me about 2 weeks to get over that, and it didn't give me like any stomach issues, but it made me feel kind of like gross afterwards. Like I didn't feel right for like 2 weeks. I didn't feel my usual self. So I knew there was something up, and I knew I had gotten something off of that. But street foods. Street foods, you have to remember where they're prepped. Street foods are mostly okay because they cook them over a hot grill. It kills all the germs and stuff like that. So most of the street food is pretty decent. If you're eating cold street food, I'd be a little worried. Picking up this double dead meat and stuff like that. I mean, you guys see meat for sale, like chicken and stuff on the side of the road, or pork or something. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Buy it in the supermarket. Be safe, guys. Or go to the, even the market foods. Make sure it's fresh killed foods, and going earlier to the market is the best time to go to the market, for seafood and all this stuff that you guys buy. I mean, I used to be a cook in the military, so I took I had a sanitation certificate and all that stuff, so I know all about the foodborne illnesses. This is one of my specialties, so I can at least talk about this, and give you, my best advice on this. And there's a lot of observations here, but guys, make sure you just stay away from that stuff. Be careful. Look out for what you're eating, and if you're a newbie here, make sure that you guys get some anti-diarrhea pills. You can walk into Watson's and ask them if they have anything for diarrhea, and usually they'll give you something. They're like a grayish green pill, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I took them. I think they're grayish green or whatever. The other thing, guys, is take lots of vitamin C here. I take 2 vitamin C capsules a day. That helps you a little bit too, and vitamin D also helps you with germs and bacteria and getting sick and stuff like that. But carry those anti-diarrhea pills with you wherever you go for your first year, and even longer. I mean, I still find myself getting sick every once in a while, but that's my best advice for you guys. Just be careful what you're eating. Most of the restaurants in the malls and stuff like that, they're pretty decent. I mean, Subway, they wear gloves. A lot of places they wear gloves. Some places I see them, they're not wearing gloves, and I worry about that a little bit. But when you see them wearing gloves, those are the places you want to eat. Those are the places where they're changing the glove every so often, and they're safe. And especially salad places like Subway. Subway does have small salads you can get there that they have, and their salads are very good. I didn't get sick there, and I've eaten there twice, and I actually like their food there. I've had salads at other places where I have gotten sick. I won't mention the names, but you can tell by looking at the salad if the salad's all brown, the lettuce is all brown, and it's kind of soggy and stuff like that. I wouldn't eat it, guys. I just would stay. I'd send it back and say, that lettuce doesn't look good. And they'll take it back and tell them you don't want another one because you just don't trust them after that. Tell them you want a refund. So and be careful going into some of these burger places. Some of these places are microwaving the burgers after with the lettuce in there, and it just I don't know what it does to the lettuce, but it doesn't make it, number one, taste good, and number two, I think it tends to make you sick, because whenever I eat one of those burgers when they microwave the lettuce in the burger, I always get sick. And it might just be because of something that the microwaving does to the lettuce or whatever. I don't know, but I always get sick when they microwave a burger with lettuce in. And I like my lettuce fresh and crunchy on my burger, along with my tomato and stuff like that. And for some reason, the people here, they microwave the burger with the lettuce and the tomato, and I've never seen that before except for here, and they do it in a lot of the burger joints here. Some places do, some places don't, but just I would tell them I wouldn't eat it. I'd just send it back and say I don't want that. I don't like the way it looks. It doesn't look right, and I don't want to get sick. So put it back on them and tell them why. But anyway, guys, just want to put that out about foodborne illness. Seems to be a big issue lately. Keep an eye out for what you're eating in restaurants and stuff like that. Try to stick to to the better restaurants if you can, the ones that you've eaten at before and you haven't gotten sick. So anyway, guys, take care. Have a good one.